Namaste everyone, welcome to part 2 of the PC Blueprint video. I hope you already checked the part 1. Here in part 2, we are going to discuss what topics are going to be asked in the PCE exam. Okay, so we are going to go through neuromusculoskeletal topics, cardiopulmonary, multisystem and neurology topics. So let's get started. Seriously, if you haven't checked part 1, go check it out. And if you like our content, do hit the like button so I know that you like it and I can make more videos. Okay, so we are on page 3 of 9 of our PCE Blueprint. The last page is not too much, last 2 pages are not too much, so we are basically on page 3 of 7. Okay, so this is sample list of areas of practice which are evaluated by PCE. We are going to start with neuromusculoskeletal, that makes 50% of our exam. Again, the disclaimer, this list is not necessarily exhaustive. They could ask other topics, but most of those questions would be related to the topics that are mentioned here. Okay, so when there's a topic, let's say muscle contusion, right? So any sort of muscle contusion, you would have to be prepared with that. That being said, most of these conditions are commonly seen, so you won't be treating you won't be asked many questions on very rare conditions. Commonly seen conditions would be asked in the exams. Okay, so common questions: ligament injury, ACL, MCL injury, ankle sprain, shoulder dislocation, TMJ joint dislocation, fasciitis, carpal tunnel syndrome, OA, RA, AS, common topics, osteoporosis, osteopenia, subluxations, low back pain, postural issues like upper cross syndrome, lower cross syndrome, scoliosis, amputation. Amputation could be a potentially good topic in terms of what sort of orthotics are you going to prefer, how are you going to inform the patient about pressure tolerant areas, pressure sensitive areas, things like that. Congenital malformations, pediatrics, CTEV, torticollis, DMD, this could be some of the few topics that they can ask. Hip dysplasia is another one. Carpal tunnel, yes, carpal tunnel is something you want to focus on. Spinal stenosis, definitely. Radiculopathies, definitely you need to focus on that. Peripheral nerve injuries, TOS, diabetic neuropathy, Bell's palsy, things like that. Scar tissues after burns or after surgery, how you're going to manage. So this is basically your neuromusculoskeletal. Again, not an exhaustive list, but pretty much these are the topics. If you go into depth, like if you go into depth of ligament sprains, there's a lot. There's a lot that you will have to focus on, right? So that's your neuromusculoskeletal. That's 50% of your exam. Now comes your neurological conditions: CVA, acquired brain injury, spinal cord injury, important topics. Tumor, what are the signs of cancer, night pain, constant sweating, sudden weight loss, things like that. MS, ALS, Parkinson, meningitis, Lyme disease, post-polio syndromes. Few questions are there. Cerebral disorders, vestibular disorders, CRPS, peripheral neuropathies, developmental birth injuries like cerebral palsy, Down syndrome, autism, Erb's palsy. You do need to know the pathology, how these conditions, why these conditions occur, what happens in Erb's palsy, what happens in Down syndrome. You do need to know the basic for very sure. You have to be clear with that. Okay, dementia, coma, seizures. So in general, if it's neuromusculoskeletal, you need to know. Let's take a topic. Let's take OA. Okay, if a patient has osteoarthritis, you won't be going on mode of injury, but you need to know what is the pathophysiology, what happens in OA, how are you going to educate the patient, what about prevention, what precautions do the patient need to take, what are the contraindications. Same for ACL injury. Okay, if a patient has injured their ACL, what is the mode of injury, prevention, precaution, contraindication. Is the patient treated conservatively, or is there a surgery done, because your treatment will change, right? Acute stage, chronic stage, acute RA, chronic RA. Okay, for neuromuscular conditions, again, just a revision. You need to know the pathology, what happens in a specific condition, the etiology of that condition. Assessment, how are you going to assess this condition, what is going to be your differential diagnosis, how are you going to say this patient as OA versus RA, what is going to be your differential diagnosis. your PT management, your treatment plans, outcome measures, if there are any outcome measures, right? Dash scale for shoulder injuries, stuff like that. Patient education is also something that you do want to focus on. How are you going to educate your patient with RA? What sort of exercises you are going to give them? What sort of lifestyle modifications are you going to ask them to do? Preventive measures, contraindications. So patient education is very important. It's also very important for both written and practical components. Okay, so we are on page 4. It's much clearer, right? Okay, so here we are on cardiovascular conditions, heart disease, MI for sure, heart failure, left heart failure versus right heart failure, ARDS, atelectasis, pneumonia, cor pulmonale. You need to know the basics. What happens? Asthma, COPD. COPD is an important topic. COPD, then restrictive pulmonary diseases, TB. You need to know the basics. You need to know what to look for on an X-ray. Pulmonary edema, cystic fibrosis. You need to know the basics for sure. ABG analysis, RP scale, things like that you need to focus on as well. Venous diseases, DVT also is something that you need to know how to check for DVT, how to make sure that the patient is safe for exercises. That's cardiopulmonary. Okay, Reed and Chung, you could use that book, or again you could go on CAPS website. There's a list of books that they recommend, or you could also focus on the books that you have already used during your bachelor's. The only thing is you need to know the condition. It doesn't really make a huge difference where you get your knowledge from, as long as it's a reputed source, as long as it's not from an internet search or a Google search. And most of us do Google searches. Even then, just make sure that you're searching on the right web page. That being said, you can have your own sort of reference book for these conditions. Multisystem. Multisystem would include your oncological conditions, autoimmune diseases, diabetic condition. You do need to know what happens if a patient with diabetes comes into your clinic and now the patient is feeling dizzy. What are you going to do? Chronic pain, fibromyalgia, lymphedema, sepsis, obesity, pregnancy is something that you should focus on, because multisystem is just 15% of the exam, 15 to 20%, and they are not going to go into too much of they're not going to go into utter details of these conditions. So even if you know the basics of pregnancy and postpartum conditions, what sort of exercises you can give, when you should not do a certain sort of exercise, strenuous exercises, what is gestational diabetes or gestational blood pressure and things like that. If you know those things, you're good to go. You don't need to go into too much of a depth, but you do need to know the basics. Same with burn, what position you would give if someone has upper limb burns on their right shoulder. How are you going to position that patient? Wounds, ulcer, skin conditions, management of diagnosis, like if there are two diagnoses, competing diagnoses, how the management of the first diagnosis is changed by the second diagnosis that you have. GBS, something that you need to just focus on as well. So that's cardiovascular and your multisystem. So these are the topics that could be asked on your exam. Okay, that was all the topics that can be covered in PCE. So what I want from you guys now is that I'm hoping that you already marked this down, and I want you guys to figure out what reference books you are going to use. If you want to know what we use, you can follow us on Instagram. We have the post there. Other than that, also check out the book list that has been given by CAPR. See you guys next video. We'll be discussing more in depth about the blueprint.